Hey, it's Clay at claycharter.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, March 9th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the price you see over here will be changing, and then the candlestick you see right there will also be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, TRKA, and not a good day at all. Now, as I talked about in yesterday's video, it does depend, your viewpoint going on. But at this point, even if you care about things from the big picture point of view, you can't take away from the fact that from where the price was up here to where it has dropped in a matter of only 2 days, that has been a very, very large pullback. But like I said, to be fair, if I squeeze this down and look at all this from the bigger picture point of view, then you can still see that overall, the lows are still higher than previous ones, but it is starting to get very, very sketchy because you can see even this low right here has violated that one. And again, when you compare these lows, which as high as it got, for these lows to even be violated just goes to show how deep of a pullback this has been. And in fact, if you want to use the word reversal, I would not push back. I would not argue against that at all if you want to say that this is now officially in a full-blown reversal. For me, though, I think the key level that I would say is definitely kind of the nail in the coffin in terms of, yes, definitely a reversal would be that 30-cent mark. So if the price goes down to 30 cents and closes below there, then like I said, I would fully be on board the reversal train. But like I said, I'm not quite there yet, but I certainly, if you're already saying and, calling this a reversal, like I said, I wouldn't argue with that at all. I completely see where you're coming from. If there is any sort of attempted bounce, then the main level at this point, all about that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. You can see right there yesterday presented a whole bunch of problems. So moving forward, if there is, like I said, any bounce, 50-period moving average, currently valid at 56 cents, will be that main level. But yeah, definitely a very brutal day. Really, quite frankly, a brutal past couple of days. Next one, TOPS, very, very explosive move, and now a bit of a pullback here, which makes it nice because at least with the pullback, you don't have to worry about being the sucker that buys the top, that suffers from FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. The people that suffer from FOMO, the suckers that bought the top, those are the people buying right there. Now, just because it's pulled back doesn't mean that it's for sure going to be a winning trade. I'm just saying that at least you have alleviated the concern of, oh, great, am I going to be the person that buys the top? That seems to have already happened. So if you do like to play more so pullbacks, interesting level here is this former breakout area down there around the 98-cent mark. So keep an eye on that. If you're more so a breakout player, then there's a nice little potential interesting, there we go, breakout area right there around that level right there. And in fact, if you want to make it more so a pattern, keep it one color, support, resistance, explosion right there. Golf wood on there to make it that much more visual. I'd say, I wouldn't call you crazy if you called this a bull pennant pattern. So if you like these sort of formations, you like big volume, big volatility, and stocks down below $5, I'd definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, ARLO. And as of right now, not a whole lot of breakout potential because this thing is essentially sitting right at the highs right now. Now, that doesn't mean that a new pattern can't form on Thursday, but as I speak, currently, not really any sort of breakout formation that I can talk about. However, if you are somebody that likes to play pullbacks, then there's definitely some well-defined areas here of support. What I would probably consider a more aggressive area for a pullback would be right there at $5.10. And then if that level can't quite hold up, the next level to potentially be, if you're looking to be a little bit more conservative, down there around 465. Of course, 465, that could just cause you to get left in the dust if this thing does pull back and then head back up. But or it could very well be a very brilliant entry point. So like I said, those would be the two main levels from a support and pullback standpoint. But at the core and the whole idea of a watch list is to find unique and interesting situations and not randomly rush out and buy anything, but to watch it. And I would definitely call situations where you have a huge surge in volume, a very nice upwards move, interesting situations worth watching. So even if you're a breakout player, yeah, no breakout formations per se right now, but like I said, that doesn't mean that won't change on Thursday. Next one, BLPH, did this one a couple days ago and talked about this pattern here that formed, but you can see a couple days ago got the break of that trend line and has never really looked back. Good, solid, methodical movement in the upwards direction. So want to get things updated here as it's been a couple days. So we'll just get rid of those lines as they serve their purpose. For people that want to play pullbacks or like to play pullbacks, the level here that stands out to me is that former trend line right there that has now been broken. So When levels of resistance are broken, they tend to act as support. So could be an interesting pullback area right there around $5.70, give or take. So keep an eye on that. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, pretty straightforward. In my mind, it's all about this level right here at $6.85. I realize the price did technically go up that high, but that didn't last very long. But after that happened, you can see a lot of data points right around that level. So in my mind, that level right there is actually the truer level of resistance. So keep an eye on that. But all in all, very nice movement the past few days. Good to see volume returning back in. And if this volume continues, then yeah, it seems very reasonable that the price could get up to $7, if not even higher. Next one, AMC, and the bleeding continues. In fact, broke down below this green line and support that I talked about yesterday. And with the price breaking down below it, that is foundational rule. Levels of support are broken, close below. They tend to act as resistance. So moving forward right here at $5, and we'll call it 90 cents, going to be that main area of resistance. But to give some credit where credit's due, as I speak, you can see last 30 minutes here, not looking too bad at all. So it becomes reasonable to think that, okay, maybe a battle with that level of resistance is going to be coming up sometime on Thursday morning. So if that does occur, then that'll be the big question. Can the price break above and stay above 590? So keep an eye on that in the near term. As far as levels of support are concerned, kind of squeeze things down here to show perspective. Let me get it. There we go. Next key level of support moving forward, if this current bounce does, flip back around and come back down, next key level down there at $5.50. So keep an eye on that. Again, good solid last 30 minutes as I speak. Good green candle, but does this actually mean anything? Only time will tell, but certainly adds a little bit of excitement to the equation. So we'll see how it continues to play out. Real quick, wanted to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'll be offering here relatively soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency, to manage risk, then certainly get signed up for the free webinar. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage, or if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free training. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and another update here as this continues to bleed, so go ahead and get rid of this one. And as you've heard me say, going into the day, this 186 mark was the key level, but price broke below it, and then with the gap down this morning, you can see right when it bounced where it got rejected, but a classic example of a support now turning into resistance. Again, price gap down below it, bounced back up, and just a classic example right there before getting rejected back down. So yes, moving forward, to be fair, Tesla seems to be trying to bottom out here, as it's certainly gone sideways. So if there is any sort of bounce in the upwards direction, then that big key question is going to be, how does the price behave at 186? Can the price actually fight up above there? So keep a close eye on that dynamic. In terms of levels of support, very straightforward one has formed after today. I mean, numerous times the price got down right around that 180 mark, and so far so good, has held. So 180 will be that near-term level. In the event 180 does not hold up, let me actually bring this over a little bit more. If 180 does not hold up, then the next key level after that would then be down there right around that area of the 175 mark. So support-wise, again, very near-term, 180, but if that doesn't quite hold up, then potentially down around the 175 mark. Next one here, RIVN. Done this one quite a bit recently because it's a relatively popular stock and has been absolutely beat down. And today, it's got a bounce going on. I mean, you can see right here where it finally found a bid, then another low, and then right here during this little potential rollover crash, it did not crash, just simply rolled over, put in a high right there. It is now going back upwards. So does this mean that for sure guaranteed a big reversal is underway? No, of course not. No guarantees. But is it at least becoming more potential, or, is there some more potential here that maybe this is a bigger movement that's underway and that there's going to be more buying and upside potential? Yeah, absolutely. Again, a lot more work that needs to be done. First key bit of quote unquote work that needs to be done is in regards to that red line there at $15.50. So that'll be the initial area of resistance. If the price can push up through there, then the next key area of resistance would be that purple line there, 50 period moving average right now valued at right around the $16 mark. In terms of levels of support, the level that I would say is very, very important is going to be that level right here at $14.75, because if you think about it, and not saying this will occur, but just for example's sake, if the price comes down to $14.75 and then breaks down through there, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price essentially right back in this range where it was before it bounced. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power. So that's why in my mind, $14.75, very important level of support. So yeah, let's see if this is indeed the start of a bigger potential bounce to the upside that, who knows, maybe turns into a reversal. Next one here, CTRM, and same general idea of a potential double bottom here that's underway. So no, I'm not calling this a reversal by any means, but is it maybe the start of a bigger bounce that could turn into reversal? Absolutely, with the whole premise of you have a low right there at 85 cents. Then you have this low right here, which couple candles found some support and is now starting to bounce. So it just maps out a very basic question. Is this bounce the start of something bigger? To be fair, because there are no guarantees, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing just rolls back over and crashes down. That's why risk management, that's why stop losses are important. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, I mean, maybe this is the start of a much bigger bounce and this thing is all of a sudden going to keep rocking and rolling. Again, might not be. That's why risk management is always the most important thing. But the idea here, as I talked about earlier, the idea of a watch list is to find interesting situations and not just randomly buy stuff, but to watch it and see what happens. So yeah, is this some sort of double bottom that's potentially forming here? Worth at least keeping an eye on, especially if you like this price range. Next one, RIGL. And as the last 30 minutes continues to play out, good solid green candle. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that's why I like to do these when the market's still open, because we're witnessing this right here. And what's interesting about this, and what is going to bring a very fun question into tomorrow, is you can see that as I speak, the price is doing battle. In fact, as of now in the market, let's see, closes in 5 minutes. But that's going to be the question is, does the price get the breakout? Now, if it does get the breakout, then the question becomes, all right, is this breakout the start of something even bigger? If the price doesn't quite break above it, it's just a bit of a different question. The question being, okay, will this thing break out? And if it does break out at that point, will it turn into something bigger? So both questions are exciting no matter how you look at it. But the point here being is why, it'll be a good question is that this is all occurring on a bigger volume bar compared to what happened all afternoon with a good solid green candle. So again, one of two questions. It's either already broken out because by the time you see this on YouTube, you already have the answer on where it closes in regards to this trend line. So if it's closed above it, then okay, it's broken out. Is this the start of something bigger? If it hasn't quite closed above it, then you still get to ask the question of, okay, it's very close to breaking out. Will it get the breakout on Thursday? But all in all, if you like this price range, and as this thing pushes up higher and higher, looking like the breakout is officially starting, but is this just the start of something even bigger? Let's see what happens. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to go up, this one will also go up. Difference being this just allows you access at a much lower price point. So a very popular ETF out there. And this should be pretty short and sweet because not a whole lot of new things to talk about from when I did the video yesterday. I'm just going to add in one more level of support. But as far as levels of resistance, nothing here has changed. Just the area right up here at 23.25. Still resistance, I guess, kind of a little bit got close to getting tested late morning, but not necessarily really. But like I said, nothing has changed here. 23.25, still a key level of resistance. From an overarching support standpoint, still have this level down here at 22. But now that we have more data after today, there does seem to be a nearer term level of support that has officially, created itself right there at 22.50. You can see right there bounce, a temporary fake breakdown before snapping back up, and then once again found some support at that level right there. So like I said, support-wise in the very near term, 22.50, with more of an overarching level down at 22, with the key near-term level of resistance right up there at 23.25. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the free live webinar. It'll be about a week and a half, Thursday, March 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, please do two things for me as it helps out the channel and it encourages me to keep doing these, because as long as I know people are enjoying, I'll continue to put in the time and effort. But hit that like button and leave a comment below. Say what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow, or maybe I just flat out missed something. But like I said, let me know in the comment section. So hitting the like button, leaving a comment truly does go a far way in terms of helping out the channel, and definitely get signed up for that free training. So thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.